In the light of day, in the dead of night, mysterious horrors await in the darkness, shadows in every corner. They are unexplained, inescapable, and undefeatable, but prepared, or you may become the next victim. Hello, guys. It's the Anime Summit Podcast. It's Halloween weekend now, so we are going to do something scary for you. And
it's Walpurgis Knock.
Yes, Nick is with
it's
me.
Knock.
It's Knock. Yeah, sorry. And unfortunately, Knock and I murdered Sam. So Sam will no longer be on the podcast.
Sam, you got to edit in the scary sound right there. From beyond the grave.
From beyond the grave, yeah. So happy Halloween, everyone. Yay. Woohoo. It's just me and Nick, so we are going to do some Junji Ito stuff, and I'm very excited for this.
The anime stuff. Don't get that excited.
Yeah, the anime stuff. I mean, we will talk about some of the manga stuff. I know I've read my fair share of Junji. We even read a couple of stuff in Manga Club and everything.
And they're doing Tomie this week.
That's right. Yeah. This Sunday in Manga Club, we're going to be reading Tomie. So, yeah. So this is going to be a lot of fun. This is a little laid back kind of fun review, and I've put a pause on the Junji Ito collection since it came out. So I'm excited that we're actually going to just like sit down and review it and everything. So, but before we go ahead and do that, I want you guys to check out links.animesummit.net. That's where all our socials are: Twitter, Instagram, join the Discord, Patreon, all of that stuff. But there's also a very important button, and it's going to say Spotify. And I want you to click on that and give us a 4 to 5 star rating, because we want to get to 100 ratings. We're at 85 now, so we're almost there. And as a reward for that, we're going to do a live stream, and I'm also going to be doing my stupid school days review. So.
Oh, yeah. Totally worth it just for that.
First time watching it, never seen it before. Yeah, so get those ratings so that we can do all that fun stuff.
I'm going to bet that it makes Danny's decade list for that decade.
I doubt it.
Oh, it'll make it.
No, I doubt it. Excuse me. Listener question of the week, Nick. What is it?
All right. This is from... I got to open the right Google Doc. Got the wrong one. This is from King. And he says, which anime character are you taking trick-or-treating?
Okay, Nick, who are you taking?
I would take Chopper from One Piece, because I just want to see him holding the bag crying because I didn't give enough candy.
Wow.
That meme is so funny. I fucking love the Chopper crying meme.
Such a troll. Such a troll.
I don't know anything about him other than the meme. I've never seen or read One Piece.
I think Sam is just sighing in despair right now as she's listening to this.
Yeah, somebody hands him some Tootsie Rolls and he just starts crying. It's like, no, the worst one.
Oh, no. Break your teeth and everything.
That is the worst candy. That's like eating microplastics.
I mean, I don't like the chocolate ones. I do like the fruity Tootsie Rolls. Have you ever had those?
Yeah, I mean, they're okay.
I liked the fruity ones.
They're still like a 3 out of 10. It's not good.
I mean, they're better than the chocolate ones in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, But honestly, on a serious note, I would take Anya trick-or-treating.
Oh, that's cheating.
Just so that she can always ask for peanuts, but never get peanuts.
She could get a peanut. Wait, Snickers have peanuts. That counts.
That's true, but I mean, not every house will always have Snickers.
And not every house will avoid the toilet paper fate.
This is true, yeah.
She's going to toilet paper them.
So, do you have anyone else?
Oh, I also said General Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist because he'd have to rip his shirt off at every door.
Jeez.
He's way too old to trick or treat, but it'd be funny
to see a fully grown man rip off his shirt.
He could use his shirt tatters to build a bigger sack.
Oh, no.
A bigger candy sack.
No, thank you.
It's genius.
I'm
it's world building, Danny.
No, I'm good on that. It's fine. Anyway, waifu and husbando. Waifu is Tomie, and husbando is Suji. His name is really weird.
The most vile kid.
He's so weird.
He's worse than Makoto from School Days. You're going to like Makoto better than Soichi.
I don't know. Oh, man. I mean, there really honestly wasn't any memorable, like, male characters.
Yeah, he was in, like,
collection.
3 episodes, I think.
Yeah, so, like, he honestly was literally the most shown, like, had screen time and stuff, so.
We could do the guy who kept dreaming.
Oh, God, no. But yeah, so let's get to it. Let's get to our main topic, which is the Junji Ito Collection and the Tomie OVAs. The collection is from 2008, and actually both of them are from 2008.
No, 2018.
Oh, 2018.
That's a big difference.
I'm stuck in the 2000s right now. The collection is 12 episodes and the OVA is 2. The OVA did not air, like the episodes were unaired. They were kind of like extras for the DVD and Blu-ray for the TV series.
I thought it was odd because there was a Tomie episode in the collection also.
There is, yeah. So, but these were just like 2 extra Tomie episodes, which I mean, I personally like Tomie. Like I like those stories, and personally, I think instead of just doing OVAs, they probably could have done more Tomie stories. So
yeah, because the manga is how many volumes? It's like a few volumes, right? Oops, I didn't mean I'm clicking on Tomie right now. It's not that long. We're reading it this week in club.
I mean,
it's relatively short.
Full collection. I mean,
3.
It's 1 volume. There's 13 chapters.
3 volumes for Tomie.
Oh well, I have 1 volume. Maybe.
Published from 1987 to 2000. That's a long time for 3 volumes.
Well, I mean, Ito has always done short stories and everything like that.
Oh, so. You know why you have 1? Because it's an omnibus. That's why. Viz Media published the omnibus. Okay.
Gotcha. Studio Dean is the studio for the collection and the OVA. Director is Shinobu Tagashira. Music is Yuki Haya.
Not going to work here anymore anyway.
Not going to work here anymore anyway. Jeez, I wish Sam was here.
Everybody go watch Office Space.
Yeah, right?
That's real horror.
Yuki Hayashi did the music.
It's so strange how Yuki is a men's and a women's name. Is it Yuuki? There's 2 U's in there.
I don't know. I mean, Michelle is both a male and female name because it's for Michael.
Yeah, and like Jordan and stuff like that. Yep.
Yeah. Chief animation director is Toshimitsu Kobayashi, and character design is also Shinobu Takashira. And of course, the collection is based off of the short stories that Junji Ito did. Mainly, they took most of the stories from the 11-volume Junji Ito Masterpiece Collection and the single volume of Frames of Horror. So, and the collection is pretty much a horror anime anthology series adapted from the works of manga artist Junji Ito. Sit back in a terror of traumatizing tales of unparalleled terror unfold, tales such as that of a cursed jade carving that opens holes all over its victims' bodies, deep nightmares that spanned decades, an attractive spirit at a misty crossroad that grants cursed advice, and a slug that grows inside a girl's mouth. And along with Tomie, who's a mysterious femme fatale who, throughout her life, like, it goes nowhere, and people, are obsessed with her, or they're so obsessed with her that they'll tear her to shreds. So.
To shreds, you say?
To shreds.
We got to put the Futurama clip in there.
So. So that's a little bit of production and premise of the show. Let's talk about Mr. Ito for a little bit. Nick, you got
all right,
anything to say?
I'm reading off the wiki. I mean, he's the most famous Japanese horror mangaka, right? He's got to be.
Oh,
he's
absolutely.
getting a magic card collection.
He is, and that's actually super cool.
Who are some other ones? We'll find some other ones later, but yeah, he started his. When did he start? Oops, I'm on the wrong page. His career started in like the 80s, right? Oh my god, my page is not loading right. Sorry.
It's so the wiki says in 1987 he submitted a short story to Monthly Halloween that won an honorable mention in the Kazu Umezu Prize, with himself as one of the judges. That's weird.
It's like the Obama medal meme, putting a medal on himself.
This story ran for 13 years and later serialized as Tomie. Oh, so pretty much he submitted...
Oh, that's his first one, yeah.
That was his first... So Tomie was his first short story. That's pretty cool. I did not know that. I mean, he has done numerous of things. Like, he drew the cover of a Japanese band called... I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm just going to spell it. It's spelled M-U-C-C. Muck, I guess.
Like the Pokemon?
I guess, yeah. He did a cover for them for their 2002 album. He also collaborated with the band again in 2020. Ito teamed up with Takashi Nagasaki and former diplomat Masuru Sato to create. Oh boy, I have no idea what that is, but it's based on it's based on Sato's personal experience in Russia. So. Oh,
one thing we'll know though is apparently Guillermo del Toro said that Ito collaborated on the video game Silent Hills, or is it
yes.
Oh, it's a canceled horror game. I got
canceled.
That confused with Silent Hill. That's a different game. That's the famous one.
Yes.
Wait, what? Okay, Hideo Kojima. Okay. I thought that was Silent Hill.
Well,
that's a different thing.
It was going to be the 9th installment in the Silent Hill series.
Okay.
So.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, Hideo Kojima did Silent Hill, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
that's why I thought it was the real thing. But as far as awards, he won the Eisner. Well, no, he was nominated. Sorry, somehow he hasn't won a lot of stuff. I don't know how. He was nominated for the Eisner Award in 2003 and 2009, and he received his first Eisner Award in 2019 for his adaptation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. And then 2021, he received 2 more Eisner Awards for Remina, which we read in Manga Club.
We
and
did.
Venus in the Blind Spot. Remina wasn't even that good. That's like his weakest story.
Really was not even that good. I
was
did not
okay.
like that one.
It was like a 5 out of 10. But it's like, wait a second. He's done way better stuff than that. Like, what was the competition in the 90s? Jeez.
I don't know. Personally, I think he should have won an Eisner Award for Tomie and Uzumaki. Especially.
Maybe he just never got nominated. Maybe that was it.
Probably. I don't know.
But it's like the best pictures in the Oscars. Like, a lot of the best pictures are not even close to the best picture. It's just like, they picked it.
Yeah. I mean, his childhood, he had a lot of inspiration. He's been inspired by horror, his whole life, like with Dracula and Frankenstein. So I'm actually kind of curious about his adaptation of Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah. I want to read that.
So.
Oh, Tomie was inspired by the death of one of his classmates.
Oh. I didn't even know that either.
Okay, and the classmate was actually a boy, and so he felt strange, and so that from that idea, the girl was supposed to have died, but then just shows up as if nothing had happened. Okay, then Gyo was influenced by his childhood anti-war feelings due to his parents' war stories and the shark attack scenes from Jaws.
That makes sense.
Hanging balloons was based on a childhood dream. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these are based on his dreams. Good God. What's the one with like the century-long dream? He had an actual century-long dream, probably.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Slug Girl was inspired by Ito moving his tongue around in the mirror and finding that it resembled a slug.
All right, that's kind of a mundane inspiration, not gonna lie.
That's weird, but okay. I mean, even Tomie had numerous of adaptations. I mean, a lot of them did a live action adaptations, which is interesting.
That's one of his most famous because you got the girl. You could sell the waifu body pillows and stuff of her.
9. Yeah, there's 9 films for Tomie. The first one started in 98, and then the latest one was from 2011. So,
yeah. I'm just going to read this off the wiki. I know we're not supposed to. I know that's kind of a faux pas on podcast, but like this is actually really relevant. So the themes of Junji Ito's work, in case people don't know, he's a horror author, but it consists of many subgenres of horror, mainly being host to the subgenres of body horror and cosmic horror. So it's kind of like Cronenberg and the guy who did Cthulhu. What's his name? I cannot remember the name. H.P. Lovecraft. A little bit like that. Now, I don't know I haven't read a lot of Lovecraft stuff, and maybe even Edgar Allan Poe. With the mood of it.
Yeah.
People just kind of go insane a lot.
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe's stuff was definitely freaky and off the rails, and I would definitely say that this is like similar to like Edgar Allan Poe's stuff.
Oh, Salvador Dali, also one of the artists.
Oh,
inspired
gosh.
him.
yeah.
Going to Guy.
I can totally see that.
Okay, on the Junji Ito fandom, they relate, or they list a bunch of his inspirations. Every thing has a fandom page. Yeah, Hideshi Hino, Shinichi Koga, H.P. Lovecraft, Yasutaka Tsutsui, Kazuo Umez, Salvador Dali, H.R. Geiger, Johannes Vermeer, Mary Shelley, obviously, with Frankenstein, Osamu Dazai, Robert Hitchens, okay, I'm just listing off a bunch of stuff, but you get the idea. So he has inspirations in addition to his like real life experiences and looking at his tongue in the mirror. That's my favorite one. It's just like, wow.
It looks
that's
like
kind of gross.
I'm gonna write a story about a girl and her tongue becomes a slug.
Why did they put her whole body in the bathtub? Just fill her mouth with that.
I don't know.
She'd get diabetes. She'd get her blood pressure would go. Is it up or down? I don't know which one's. If you get too much salt, does your blood pressure go up or down?
I think it goes up.
Okay, well, her blood pressure would be through the roof, but she'd be rid of her tongue at least.
Yeah, but then she won't be able to speak.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Probably for the best. But yeah, so the wiki also says that, and I like we all picked up on this anyway. You'll pick up on it pretty quick when you read it or watch it. I would recommend reading it, but like much of his work is based on the body horror, cosmic horror. Other themes include relationship of predator to prey, loss of humanity, obsession is the big one. And the universe is cruel and capricious. His characters find themselves victims of malevolent, unnatural circumstances for no reason, and they're punished out of proportion for minor infractions, and an unknown, incomprehensible natural order. And he takes inspiration from his own, which we already mentioned those. So yeah, the manifestation of the mind becoming reality is like, it's really scary because like in a regular horror movie, it's external. So you're running from a zombie or a vampire or something, and that's an external threat. But in Junji Ito, it's like supernatural or internal, and you can't run from it.
Yeah.
And it's not so much. There's some jump scares for sure, but it's mostly just like the inevitable like crazy shit that's gonna happen. So the doom, yeah. But that's kind of the basic background. We got a few interviews. We can maybe pepper those in later on. We should probably get into the anime though.
Yeah. So let's talk about the collection and the Tomie OVAs.
We should pronounce her name wrong different every time.
Tomie.
Tomie.
Tommy. Let's call
Tomie
her Tommy.
Pickles. Yeah. My favorite Chris Farley movie is Tomie Boy.
Oh boy. Oh man. Yeah, so pretty much like I said before, the collection is just like an anthology of majority of his short stories. A couple of them, hang on, where's the wiki page?
Yeah, I had the list of the stories.
Yeah. So some of them
do you want to just list them all off right now and then just kind of just talk about them and pepper them in, or how do we want to do it? Because there's 24 stories, right? There's 2 per episode.
3, 4, 5, 6.
2 per episode, so it's 24. And then
Okay,
Tomie.
you know math better than I do, so.
Math on the podcast. Not like my basketball math where I was off by like multiple decimal points.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to just go down the line, I mean, the first episode is Saoichi's Convenient Curse and Hell Doll Funeral.
I guess we could just go by episode because listing them isn't very. It's more interesting to talk about them.
Yeah.
One by one.
So.
This one is weird because this is Studio Dean who did it. And I remember watching this when it came out and I was like a little bit disappointed just because like it doesn't match up to the manga animation.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like you can't really do that unless you go full ham and just put a ton of resources into the animation. So like Uzumaki that's coming out this year. That's coming out soon, isn't it? That's like November, right? But Uzumaki is an OVA that's coming out this year. And that one, they spent like multiple years on it. I don't know. Part of it, I think, was... When did they know? Oh, you know what happened? The pandemic, I think, delayed it.
Probably.
Okay. Likely. It was supposed to come out earlier, but okay. I figured it out. Mystery solved. I mean, maybe that gave them more time to make it good. I don't know. But you really, like, this Junji Ito is all about the visuals, like the scary shit that you're looking at. And if it just has an average anime budget, it's not going to translate.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like it's funny because like they were faithful. They adapted it like by each panel. I mean, sort of close to each panel. But it was just missing the parts that made
it really was
Junji
missing
Ito
the flair of Junji's like drawing in regards to just how he draws his characters and everything like that. Like
the detail wasn't there. It was a little bit flat and lifeless.
It was definitely missing something. I mean, I enjoyed all the stories, and it was actually really fun watching and actually seeing Junji's characters come to life. Like, I really enjoyed that.
Were they alive though, Danny? They were flat.
I'm just saying, like, movement and like hearing music and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, the music was actually pretty good. The who did the music again? We mentioned him. He actually has a lot of other credits as well.
Yuki Hayashi.
Yeah, he has a lot of credits for other stuff too.
He's done the music for My Hero Academia, Haikyuu, Death Parade.
Oh, Death Parade, shit, yeah.
Keisner.
Hug 2 Precure, Kai's favorite. There you go.
Welcome to the Ballroom. He's done a lot of sports stuff.
He's done a lot of stuff. This is a lot of stuff.
He's done the Shaman King music. He's got a lot on his plate.
He's done quite a bit.
Yeah,
but I think the music was overall pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
but again, the animation didn't live up. So
yeah, it fit how Junji works, like, and how, because a lot of it was really creepy. So
I think I figured it out. Is the reason that Junji Ito's manga is so scary is because it looks kind of real. It's not real. It's like abstract, but it looks kind of real. And whereas the anime doesn't look real, so it's not that scary. It's just kind of like
I mean,
gross to me.
definitely. I mean, honestly,
and that's why horror anime doesn't really work in general, because like it's all about how it looks to me.
I guess I will say I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. The episode 10, Greased.
Oh yeah, that
one was freaking gross. I hated that one.
Have you read I read the short story.
I haven't read the short.
Read it. Reading it and then comparing it to the anime is like night and day. But the anime did a good job just adapting it, but they couldn't animate it the way that was supposed to be.
I still. Bleh.
Yeah, that was the grossest one.
It was literally the grossest one. I mean, Slug Girl was kind of freaky too. A little bit.
Yeah, that was freaky. Grease was by far, that's got to be the grossest.
Grease was literally the grossest one. I hated that one. I mean, I hate popping pimples anyway. And to actually like see that, I was just like, ugh, that's nasty. Like, I could not. I was just really grossed out by that one.
But we should go back. We should go back and just one by one episode it.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I just needed to point that out, that one really was gross.
I agree. So Shuichi's Convenient Curse. This one was kind of weird. He's like the weirdest fucking dude. He was like bullying his sister with a toad, and he had like voodoo dolls of people. And
yeah, he was kind of like pretty much, if someone kind of got in his way, he just kind of made a voodoo doll of them and just did these weird things to them and stuff.
He's like a really spiteful kid for no reason.
Right, yeah.
And he wants to be popular, which you find out in one of the later episodes. Like, he wants everyone to notice him. Notice me, senpai. Kind of. But yeah, he wants all that clout, but he can't get it because he sucks. Like, he's gross. Yeah. Then at the end of the episode, the toad dies. It's just like, this is like probably one of the tamest episodes.
He left the freaking lid on it.
Yeah.
That's why
he's
it
like,
died.
oh, I'm not gonna feed it or let it do anything. This is kind of like a Scooby-Doo episode almost, because it was like the old man in the woods was kind of the bad guy.
Yeah, because like he was the one who he placed bear traps because he didn't like what was going on.
No, he had the right idea.
In his woods. What was that?
He had the right idea. He should have bear trapped Suichi.
Oh, God. Well, he like caught him because Suichi was chasing somebody and like that bug like when he was on stilts and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and what else happened in that? Oh, like he was literally, the old man was about to freaking shoot him, but then Suichi's brother came and saved him and everything.
If I was a brother, I would have been like, just put my hand over my eyes. Oh, I didn't see it. Just walk past.
I mean, I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. So.
But yeah, that episode was kind of weird. It like, I wish almost that they would have started this show on a different episode. I know they wanted to introduce Suichi, but he was only in a few of them.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they could have picked a different short story as like episode 1. They probably could have, just like maybe this crazy model or the
model.
I think maybe the long dream
freaky.
might have been interesting, but like episode 2, if they just swapped it with episode 1, that might have been.
Yeah, I think if they would have rearranged them a little bit, that probably would have made the flow of the show a little bit more better.
Oh yeah, I remember mentioning that in our initial impressions.
Yeah, I think I remember
show.
you saying that too.
But that's like a big deal with any show. Like you have to make sure there's a hook and the audience wants to watch more.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah.
That first that first short, it's not the best one, but I mean, as a fan of Ito-san, I definitely kind of still wanted to watch it. It didn't like hook me in right away.
That might even be the weakest episode now that I'm thinking about it.
It probably is. I mean, honestly, I didn't really care for that one. I think the one episode with Suichi was Cloth Teacher, which was episode 5. That one also had Suichi in it, and I actually really liked that one more than I did with Convenient Curse. So.
Oh yeah, that was a weird one.
Yeah, the freaking teenager or.
Well, it starts with a different episode, and then it goes into his.
It does,
episode.
yeah. The episode 5 starts with the ongoing tale of Oshikiri, which that one was like the other dimension of the house and stuff, and it was like
doppelgangers.
The doppelganger kind of thing, yeah. Which I didn't really care for that one either.
Yeah, but going back to episode 1, the last part was the doll disease, like the doll episode. Was it Hell Doll Funeral? Mm-hmm. Which was it was like super short, and honestly, it wasn't that great, to be honest.
Was that the one?
Like the parent's daughter turns into a doll.
Oh, okay.
It's remember. Like really short. It's like 3 minutes.
Yeah. That's why I don't remember that one at all. So like, what was that one again?
And this is like one of the biggest differences from the manga, because like in the manga, it's like super freaky looking, but in this, it's like kind of spooky, but it's like they couldn't get the detail in there. So
yeah.
It's all about the detail, like the grit,
Ito's work is definitely very grimy.
It's like bristly.
It is a little bristly.
It's like sharp and pointy and yeah. Spirally.
I will agree with you. Like episode 1 was definitely a rocky start. It wasn't the best.
Yeah.
So
episode 2 was like a lot better, I think. Fashion model and the long dream.
Fashion model was weird. I didn't really care for that one either.
Yeah, that one suffered from the animation, because in the manga she looked way freakier, believe it or not.
Yeah. Long dream was.
That's a really cool concept. I think that was one of the coolest concepts, because like each night the person had a disease where they would dream longer and longer, but like they basically had like a time dilation thing where like the real world time was going, and then they'd wake up and they'd be like, I was dreaming for a year.
Yeah.
And then the next day it's like, I dreamed for 10 years.
Yeah. And then
they just go insane.
Over time, they just start getting older as well.
Yeah.
And then they start to like eradicate and kind of die pretty much.
Yeah. It's funny because like there's another, they're in a hospital, and there's a girl who is like also suffering from a different ailment. I don't remember what it was. But at the end of the episode, they take the dead dreamer's like body fragments and give it to the girl. She didn't know what it was, and so she starts to feel better. But then she gets the dream sickness, and the doctors are like, this is a more humane way to deal with her illness, because otherwise she's gonna die. But if she's dreaming forever and she thinks she's alive, what a way to go, you know? And it's like, what the fuck? Like, are they right or wrong? I don't know. Because she was going to die.
I mean, well, she had the I guess if you want to call it an illness.
She had something different. I don't remember what it was, but it was either way, it was going to kill her.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So they killed her a different way. They prolonged her. I guess you could say they prolonged her death, but it was more pleasant. So
for her,
yeah, what's the difference? It's morphine or that, you know? So
I'll take the morphine.
Yeah, I don't want to be dreaming for 100 fucking years. Good God.
I think episode 3 kind of kicked it off for me personally. Like, I liked the boy at the crossroads.
Oh yeah, that's the fortune teller boy. Is that the one where they're?
That's the one where.
Oh, all the girls like kill themselves, right?
It's if they go to this crossroads and they meet this like pretty man, and they ask him a question, and then he gives them advice, and it kind of curses them, and it's not really advice. It's just like a bad luck kind of thing. So it's honestly, it kind of resembles like making a deal with the devil at the crossroads.
Yeah. Didn't he get that power when he was a kid?
They don't really talk about the boy at the crossroads too much.
Oh no, there's a different boy.
There was a different boy there, but I don't remember what his powers were. But
it was kind of a cool concept, though. It's kind of like the monkey paw wish, like the girls wish to be dating him, and then they just go crazy for him.
Yeah, I definitely I'm upset that I don't remember Boy at the Crossroads that much. There's just so many short stories.
Yeah, there's 24 things, and
really hard to.
I made tiny notes for each of them, but it's actually, I wonder if sometimes my anime list has episode synopses. Let's see. Not every time, but sometimes. Oh no, this is just going to play the episode. Okay, well, never mind.
I did really like Slug Girl, though. It was pretty short, but
it's like the doll girl, but with a slug.
Right.
Pretty much.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of liked that design of how the head is like kind of resembling the shell of a slug and stuff. So,
oh yeah, the slug, her head is the shell of the. God, that is crazy. I just realized that.
Yeah.
It's funny because like they put her in the salt bath and then her whole body shrinks, and they're like, "Oh no, she has a tiny body now."
Yeah, it's really funny.
And they still keep her. The parents still keep her. It's like,
they do.
What?
It's so weird. I mean, but Slug Girl was actually pretty short. I'm on Crunchyroll right now.
The concepts for all these are really cool. It's just the animation falls flat.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the Crossroads one is like 18 minutes long, practically.
Yeah.
And then Slug Girl is pretty much the rest of it. So, but that one was just odd and freaky because, you know, her classmate like goes and visits her and stuff, and her parents were all like, well, if you want to visit her, like, she's over here, and they take her to her bedroom, and like she just throws up slugs and stuff, and then her freaking parents like make a salt bath, but like it's not, there's like no water in it, it's just pure salt, and she goes into the freaking bathtub and she just sinks in, and her parents are all like, where is she? She's not coming up. And then all of a sudden, like, they dig for her and stuff, and all there is her head. Apparently, like, her body just shrunk, and there's like a little tiny body behind her, the base of her skull. It was just weird. So.
Yeah, that was a cool one. Episode 4, it's like a trypophobia, like the whole. If you have fear of anything, don't consume Junji Ito. But
yeah, he definitely will.
But the fear of holes is trypophobia. So that's this one where there's a mysterious jade carving that people find, and it turns their skin like very porous, like big large holes appear all over their body, and eventually they die. And it's just like another body horror, like creepy thing.
Yeah. But what's fascinating about that one is the jade artifact. There's a doctor that kind of follows it. So if you have this certain disease, that doctor follows.
Yeah, what was up with that? Was he like the guardian of it or something?
They don't really say who he actually was, or what the significance of him being there. He just suddenly appeared. I mean, that's pretty much how Junji Ito writes. Like, he doesn't really give you a whole lot of explanation on certain characters, and
that's what makes it scary, though. But I'll say that the scariest part was that he was out of network. Sam, can you add a drum thing there?
Oh, no. Jeez.
An out of network doctor, no.
I don't have trypophobia. Like, holes don't
I'm
bother
grossed
me.
out by it.
But that definitely, I mean, even though the animation is a little poor, that's still kind of freaky to see animated and everything. Especially when like the narrator, who's the kid who lives next door, like he visits his grandfather, and his grandfather is just filled with
he's
holes.
got the journal.
Yeah, and they found the journal and everything, and his friend who was with him also, like, he was curious about the jade, and he just like pretty much died because he was freaking holding the jade like an idiot. So
yeah, there's always like this pull towards whatever object or idea that the characters are experiencing. So the death drive.
I actually would like to read Shiver. Like, even though this Studio Dean's animation is not as good as Junji Ito on paper and stuff, like, I'm really curious on how this looks in the manga. I want to see how disturbing it really is.
It's much more because Junji Ito would spend hours per page. He would spend according to Super Eye Patch Wolf, he spent up to like 9 hours per page. Which is insane. Like, when you
really care about your craft like that,
it might even be per panel. I don't know if it was per page or per panel, but it was a lot. Like, so it makes sense. It was probably per page, but like, it makes sense that the anime can't live up to that because they have to do a whole bunch of frames, and even if they're doing on 3s, you know, that's still a lot of frames. They can't put 9 hours into every frame because they gotta, yeah. So, Maybe
I
they
really
could actually, but
liked the Marriott mansion.
the
with
the
puppet.
Marriott man.
Marriott, whatever.
We're going to Hilton.
Marionette.
The scary part was they didn't get a continental breakfast. Oh, have you seen the Key and Peele sketch where he goes to get the continental breakfast? And it's like a Junji Ito story where he's just like, "Oh, this is so delicious," and he's eating it.
It's funny.
But it turns out he's been dead for a long time.
It's funny that you mentioned Key and Peele because on Instagram there's a reel of Key and Peele being interviewed by someone, and the interviewer asked Key, like, how would you think the substitute teacher will pronounce my name? And the interviewer's name is Chris, and Key goes, Key Rice.
Key Rice.
Key Rice, yeah. So, and a friend of mine, I sent it to him, and he's all like, damn, like, I wonder how he would pronounce our names. And my friend's name is Jean-Pierre. And I told him that the substitute teacher would probably pronounce his name as Jean Pyre.
Jean Pyre.
Yeah. I can't remember what he said about my name.
Yours would be D Nice, just like the sketch. Denise?
No, it wouldn't be Dean. No, because that's Denise.
Like, I know. Danny? Daniqua? No, that's adding words.
I forget.
To it,
I'll have to ask JP what he said.
My friend was had a kid, and he's like, and we were guessing what the kid's name was, and one of us was like, his name is Buick Darkness.
Oh God.
The D had an apostrophe right after it. It was darkness, but with an apostrophe.
Oh boy.
Oh, anyway. So good.
Anyway, we went off a little bit there. Let's get back.
Yeah, they didn't go to the Marriott. They had marionettes. People it was actually like Death Parade. People were marionettes a little bit.
They're puppets. Pinocchio puppets.
Turns out there was a master puppet that they had to kill, and then it killed the rest of the family.
The puppet is named Jean-Pierre.
That makes sense. The French are freaking freaky. Did they invent that, actually? Did France invent that? I don't know.
I don't know. Google it. But this was actually pretty freaky, especially as like, because you follow a family who are pretty much their show. They perform these puppet shows and everything.
5th century BC. Okay, these are old as hell.
Okay. Oh wow, you actually Googled it. I was moving on to the actual story. So, anyway, so the family, their father kind of like collapsed it, but then he eventually died. And so the family who follows 2 brothers and a sister, the oldest brother who took a liking to this really creepy puppet, who the evil puppet was called Jean-Pierre. He kind of left the family and he had his own family and stuff. And the youngest brother, he goes to his brother's mansion and he notices that his brother isn't really moving on his own. Like, his brother has like these strings attached to his head, his limbs, and everything like that. And apparently he made this house so that there are actual people up in the ceiling who are moving him and his family members, like his wife and his son and everything like that. So, and over time, when they visit, the sister was curious on trying out this whole being a puppet and like her not moving her limbs and everything like that. So she dressed up, they put her in a dance costume, like a ballerina and everything. And she kind of went like she stopped moving and let the people up in the ceiling move her and everything. And she really enjoyed it, but her brother wasn't like full, like he didn't really like it and stuff. He's like, get that off, we're leaving, blah blah blah. So yeah, but then after a while it kind of starts getting a little creepy, and the main character that you follow in this story, he met up with a girlfriend or whatever, and she went to the house to confront the family. She dies, and at the end of the story, when the younger brother destroys Jean-Pierre, his family ends up becoming puppets themselves, which was really weird. So, I don't know if you have any thoughts about this, Nick.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to think how to explain it. I like the idea of losing your sense of autonomy. That's kind of what this one was going for, right?
A little
and even
bit,
the
yeah.
sister directly said it. She's like, no, I prefer this.
Yeah, like she didn't want to like move anymore and stuff, so.
Yeah. So that was cool. These are all like really short stories. Like it's funny because like none of the characters are really, you can really attach to too much.
Yeah, there's really no huge attachment to any of any of these characters.
It's mostly
you literally
just
have no
how
you have
freaky
no
is
sympathy for anybody. Yeah,
we should have like a freaky scale.
A freaky scale
out of 10. This is I don't know, a 6 out of 10 freaky.
I mean, I would say this is like a 4.
Okay, a little less.
It's not that freaky.
The running puppet got me, so yeah.
I mean, the running puppet was freaky because somebody
it was easily dispatched though, so I guess
right,
it's not that
and
bad.
somebody had to have been moving him,
it.
obviously. So could you really say that it was the actual puppet? But at the same time, I mean, you don't really know.
Yeah.
Again, Junji Ito doesn't really explain or give you any sort of sense of explanation.
The fear of the unknown.
Stories.
That's what makes it scary. Just darkness. Let's go to the next one though. So we got to move along here. Actually.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go a little quicker on some of these. Number 5, the ongoing tale of Oshikiri.
We did mention this one a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was a doppelganger one. And then
the cloth teacher, which that one was pretty much the one that I really liked with Sauchi in it.
Yeah, the teacher's going like a rampage. That was
yeah.
Kind of cool. Episode 6. I keep pulling up the wrong tabs. Episode 6, Window Next Door and Gentle Goodbye. This is like the creepy old lady in the window, and like at the end, her window keeps getting closer to him.
Oh yeah, this one was weird.
But the manga is so much better. Okay,
I'm gonna say this one on a freaky scale. Window Next Door has to be like
that's pretty high up.
An 8.5.
I would. Oh, that's like a little too high.
Okay, 7.5.
I guess how? Because like we got to compare it to the rest of his stuff.
This is true.
Like
okay,
Uzumaki,
yeah.
like the Spiral Land, like that's pretty.
Well,
that's like
I don't
which one is a
even-
10? If we had to give a 10 for like freakiness, like maybe the Amigara Fault, which is not in this one, but they should have done that.
Oh,
one.
is that
dope.
one the one with the hole? Like
yeah, the holes.
The mountain
Why
with
didn't
the
they
hole?
do that one? Oh man,
that's the one with like the mountain that has like the human holes.
It's
in
my
it.
hole.
That
It was
one,
made for me. Yeah.
That one, I really wish they could have animated that.
That
one
one
at least
was probably. I would give that one a 10 for like freakiness.
That, yeah. That one, I mean, I would even say Uzumaki, like as a whole.
Uzumaki,
not just,
yeah.
Like, certain stories in Uzumaki, I think the whole thing of Uzumaki is definitely a 10.
I'm just thinking of like was it the dad curled up in the bathtub in a spiral?
No, well, it was more
one of the
of like
characters.
It was more of like a dump. It kind of looked like a dumpling steamer kind of thing. It wasn't like a tub kind of thing. It was more so like a thing he actually made. Yeah, that was actually the very first story that you read in Uzumaki.
Yeah, that's the only one I've read, I think. But yeah, the creepy old lady was pretty scary. She's just like, hello, come say hello.
Yeah.
And this is why old people should be alone.
This is why old people should be
alone.
Oh no.
Don't talk to them. Don't send them letters. I'm just kidding. No, do send them letters so they don't do this. All right. And then the next one is the after image story. This one is actually like kind of heartfelt a little bit.
Gentle Goodbye was kind of sad.
This was like the saddest story, I think.
You actually find out that the character that you follow throughout the story,
it's like the Sixth Sense. They're already dead.
Yeah, she's actually dead.
She's an after image, and like apparently they can the family can conjure an after image that lasts up to 20 years, something like that. So
yeah. That's one like was kind of sad.
I don't know if I would want that. That'd be freaky.
I mean, in all honesty, like if I die, okay, so if I was in that family and I died, I probably would tell that family, don't make an after image of me. Just leave me leave me the fuck alone.
I'd say erase everything that I've done. Pretend I never existed.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Episode 7, Kobayashi Instruments. Oh, this was the... So this is Used Record and Town of No Roads. And Used Record is this haunted music where the singer sings a song as she's already dead. Like after she died, she somehow sung a song.
Yeah. I didn't really care for this one in all honesty.
And
I mean,
people get obsessed with the song. So
yeah, this one was like kind of an obsession kind of thing, and especially like the two girls that you follow, they start chasing each other because one of them stole the record from the other one, and all this kind of stuff, and things happen. And then the girl who stole the record went to a cafe so she can listen to it, and then more people start to become obsessed with the record and started chasing her and all that. I didn't really
It's kind
care
of
for
funny
it.
at the end. She like falls and just gets crushed by logs. Like that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, the other one, like the other girl, she like fell and like hit her head or something. Or
that's why you don't listen to vinyl.
Sorry, she got.
That's why you pirate your music. Okay.
She didn't fall. The girl freaking
shot or
took a
something?
huge ass rock and like hit her head.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't really care for Used Record too much.
I like the idea of a dead person singing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Town of No Roads
was weird. Like that is kind of a fear.
Yeah, that was because like she couldn't escape.
No privacy. Because her family,
spying family.
Because her family kept spying on her and stuff, which was like kind of odd.
That's how
like,
everybody feels.
I mean, first of all, I don't understand like how her family all of a sudden just started acting like that. Really, to me, I don't. I guess this was the type of story that I kind of probably would have wanted more of an explanation in a way, because all of a sudden, like, she's the one who's acting normal, but her family is like acting all creepy and just spying on her and stuff. So that was like kind of odd. Like, why is she normal, but her family is being like weirdos and stuff? Like she freaking stabs her own father in the eye because he was stupid and went up on the roof to spy on her. It was just really weird. Like, I don't understand how your own family
this was an uncomfortable one.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that. But it's not it's not as supernatural, but it's just like kind of like a next episode 8, we had so this is Honored Ancestors and The Circus Comes to Town.
That's the one with the frickin' centipede, like the fan.
Oh God, the
the
family ancestor is like attached. So like the father, the funny part is like he greets the girl by slithering, by like dragging himself with his feet like a caterpillar.
Yeah.
He's just like sliding himself across the floor like a caterpillar, feet first. And then she walks into his room later, and on his head is attached like a series of other ancestor heads. He's like the Avatar pretty much, but it's like a caterpillar avatar.
It looks like a centipede, really.
Yeah.
It's just full of heads.
It's like molting into him, so it's like it's kind of crazy. So that was a really cool concept. I like the idea of like a sleeping person who's just like consumed by something, by like the dream one where the character was consumed by their dream. So like they turn into like this big brain like thing. It was weird. The doll one would have been cool if it was better animated. But yeah, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
The circus one, I don't remember what happened in that one.
Circus one was pretty much the like ringmaster. He pretty much would do these performances, and pretty much the main act was this trapezist, and she was just like super beautiful and stuff. And throughout the whole thing, anytime people performed after her, they would just tragically die. And what happened was the ringmaster, he purposefully killed off the performers to collect their souls and stuff. She actually, like, the trapezist actually says, like, you know, don't jump off because you're gonna die. Like, this is why he's doing it. Like, you are actually going to die. Like, don't do it. And then that's when the ringmaster kind of looked at the audience and said, you know, all of my performers have tragically died. Like, if you want to join me and be with this beautiful person right here, you can. So like, it was kind of like a manipulation in a way. So I didn't really care for this one either, in all honesty. So
yeah, this was one of the more forgettable ones.
Yeah.
So in episode 9, we have Painter and Blood Bubble Bushes.
So episode
I like the alliteration
9,
on that one.
Yeah, episode 9, the Painter.
This is Tomie.
Is a Tomie one, which this one I actually really liked because it shows the painter paints this portrait of Tomie, and it's like this really demonic, like Two-Face kind of thing. And that's practically the most famous picture of Tomie.
Yeah, that's like, what you see when you Google Tomie.
Yes. And I mean, there's nowadays, like, Hot Topic has like a whole bunch of Junji Ito merch and stuff, and that's like a lot of what the t-shirts, like, I actually have a t-shirt with Tomie, and it's that photo of her, and it's super creepy.
Oh god, the live action one looks so stupid. Oh my god.
Yeah,
see, this is how you have to imagine if you're ever embarrassed to talk to a girl, just imagine she's Tomie.
Oh god.
She has a freaky face growing off the side of her.
Don't listen to Nick. This one, so the Painter, I was actually not mad about the animation. It was very minimal. Like, it didn't, I mean, I kind of wish that it was a little bit creepier.
Yeah, this one didn't need as much animation.
Yeah, it was very subtle and everything.
But I would argue, like, his final painting could have used that Junji Ito touch, like more.
It probably could have. I mean, it still looked freaky when you look at it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree with you. It could have used a little bit more of that Junji Ito pizzazz a little bit. But I mean, it's still scary. I at least in my opinion. So, Blood Bubble Bushes was actually really freaky as well.
Yeah, this couple their car breaks down, so they go to this abandoned village, and there's one guy there. He's basically like a vampire, kind of.
Yeah.
And turns out he harvests all the people who come by to grow.
I mean,
like,
he harvests the
blood.
entire village.
Yeah.
And then
He literally plants them in the field so they can grow blood for him.
Well, actually, no, he planted them in his house. Like there was
his house.
There was
in
an
his
actual
house?
room in his. Yeah, there was a room that the.
No, the kids were in the field. That's right.
The kids were in the field and bit them because I'm
the
assuming
children of the corn.
Yeah. So that honestly, I think episode 9 was probably my favorite because I think they were both equally creepy in their own sense, especially Bubble Blood or Blood Bubble. I mean, you can totally tell that I guess antagonist of the story. I mean, you can see how attractive he is, but then like all of a sudden he's kind of just like this vampire-esque person.
Doesn't matter. He's still a good guy.
Okay.
Hot equals good.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna say that episode 9 is my favorite out of the entire collection, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, that was up there. I think episode 2. I just like the long dream. That was a really interesting one to me. But so we'll go to episode 10, 11, and 12 real quick because we got to get to Tomie too. We don't want to drag it on.
Yeah.
Greased, we already mentioned.
Greased is gross.
The grossest
I hated
episode. The one of the few that I've actually read. This is the story of a family that has it's like a meat restaurant, and their whole house is filled with grease and vegetable oil and stuff, and the girl can calculate how like the grease levels in the atmosphere. And then her brother bullies her. He gets all pimply, and the famous scene in this is like the brother pinning the girl down and squeezing all his pimple juices onto her face.
That is just so nasty.
And if you see that in manga form, it's even better. But yeah, this is a phobia. I don't know, the pimple phobia or something, but
that's gross.
And
the bridge was fine. I didn't really care for the bridge.
The bridge, which was that the grandma?
That was the grandmother.
The old lady. Her lover died early.
Yeah, because he was like 6 feet tall and he was only 20. And anytime, I guess like the village had like this funeral ritual where they would place the dead body on like a tatami mat and just let it float down the river. And the whole point of the ritual was for the dead body to go under the bridge so that they can go to heaven. But for some odd reason, every time the tatami mat attempted to go under the bridge, it never did. It would always hit like the corner and the body would just fall off the tatami mat and just sink to the bottom, and they would never, like, their soul pretty much
they got trapped.
The
they got like in purgatory. So the bridge was not a portal to heaven then.
Right.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the scary part of it. I finally got that after you said it. I was like, why was this one even scary? But yeah, that is kind of scary actually. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to do that. They got to do the Viking funeral, shoot arrows, light them on fire when they're on the water. That's cool.
And just make sure that you have an axe with you, or else you won't get into Valhalla.
Yeah,
or Asgard, not Valhalla. So
wait, isn't
or
it
Valhalla? I don't know. They're the same
it's both.
thing.
Yeah, I don't know. So episode 11, Supernatural Transfer Student. And Scarecrow. The transfer student, this one was kind of a weird. The student reminded me of Suichi a little bit. He's just a piece of shit.
A little bit, but he was more attractive.
Yeah, he wasn't as like butt ugly. So he's a good guy.
Because he's attractive.
Like Suichi wasn't even like, God, he just had like, he has like these sunken eyes, and he just looks all pale and gross. He's just gross looking. He smells bad. Hot take. I bet Suichi smelled worse than the Greased family.
Oh, no. No, I think the Grace family probably smelled a lot.
No, Suichi doesn't wipe.
No. Anyway, okay, enough about Suichi because Suichi is the next episode. Let's talk about this first and then go to that one.
Well, bully Suichi into becoming a better person.
Oh no. If you bully him, then he'll just bully you back.
No, I already got my voodoo doll ready. I'll poke him.
Okay. Anyway, so supernatural transfer student. This one, I don't know. I feel like these last 3 episodes.
This one is just kind of weird. This is a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, because like you have this transfer student, and then all of a sudden, like these 2 students, kind of wanted to help the new student out and say like, hey, we have a club and it's called the Supernatural Club. Why don't you join since you don't know too much, around here and stuff? Like, we'll show you around. And, he finds these weird flowers that have human eyeballs on them, and he's like super happy about it and stuff. And he's just very, very energetic, and the rest of the students are just like, you're a little too happy there, man. Like, what's going on with you? And then there's like that waterfall that all of a sudden appeared, and the students are all like, well, I've lived here my whole life and there has never been a waterfall near the school. And one of the kids tried to get superpowers because he thought that people were doubting his like own ability to bend spoons, because the new student was able to do it as well, or like at least show them the actual trick on how to bend the spoon and stuff. So, but then like he actually died, and it was weird. And the one of the students actually kind of looked like Light Yagami a little bit.
Yeah, they all do.
I don't know if you caught that.
Every bad guy is Light Yagami now.
So, yeah, I didn't really care for this one too much.
But Scarecrow, this was more interesting, but
yeah, it was a little freaky.
It's kind of like it's a little bit similar to some of the other ones, where like all the dead people just turn out to be scarecrows, kind of. It's like the marionettes almost, or the bloody bubble bushes. You just have like a lot of dead people with similar curse, kind of.
Yeah, because so with this one's actually a pretty short one too, but apparently the daughter of some guy, like his daughter passed away, and he was mad at this guy who wanted to marry her, and he wanted the guy to leave, like never visit the area again. And so all of a sudden he just put a scarecrow in front of the grave to scare the guy away. But then all of a sudden the scarecrow's face starts to become his daughter. And so all of a sudden he put clothes that she used to wear and stuff. And then he brought, I guess, like the village around and showed them that, like, look, this is my daughter Yuki. Like, I get to see her again. And so the rest of the village kind of started putting up scarecrows in front of the graves to see their loved ones again. And one couple, I guess they lost their child at a young age. And the one guy was adamant on doing that, but the one woman was all like, why can't you just let me have this? Like, I want to see him again, blah, blah, blah. And you kind of notice that the scarecrows were looking at like the person really like you did something to me kind of thing. So, and that's
the scarecrow. it's like it's like the anime trope where the characters fall on top of each other and get a boob grab.
Yeah.
The Scarecrow
well,
boob
it
grabbed
actually definitely it was really freaky because it happened to that couple that lost the child, and the Scarecrow was really like mean mugging the guy. And the mother was all like, why is he staring at you like that and stuff? And the guy was all like, let's get rid of this. This is creeping me out, blah, blah, blah. And he like attempted to strangle the Scarecrow.
How do you strangle a Scarecrow?
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. And then like, I guess he fell back or something. And the Scarecrow.
It just hopped on him.
He like fell back and he hit himself, and then the Scarecrow kind of like the stake of the Scarecrow stabbed him, and the woman was all like, so now I know the reason, like you did something to my son. And then like it pans back to the Scarecrow of the boy, and his face was kind of like pale, so it was weird. And I think that's kind of what happened with the daughter that was centered. It was another like unexplainable events that happen, and
yeah,
so
it felt a little bit unsatisfying, but maybe I wasn't thinking about it hard enough.
Maybe, unless you weren't reading it, I don't know.
I'm sure it's better if you read it. Yeah,
probably.
The last episode 12, there's the nectar. The mysterious nectar that it's like it makes it so that you can't eat other food except for the nectar.
Yeah.
But if somebody notices you eating it, this is like a JoJo power. It's like you can eat it, but you can't be noticed.
Right.
But it turns out it's like this giant fucking like god hand from the sky that just swats and smushes
it's like
you.
a tree kind of thing.
Yeah, it's from a tree. And yeah, so there's this nectar that you can't be noticed while eating. It's literally a fucking JoJo episode. So yeah, it was kind of funny now that I'm thinking about it that way. And
I mean, just the fact that like these people just were eating the nectar, and then like all of a sudden they just explode, like they just are like a splat of blood kind of thing.
Yeah,
I thought it was really funny that the girl, she like ran into the water.
They're literally mosquitoes. So like the humans turn into mosquitoes. I just got it. So like if a mosquito bites you and you don't notice it, it can get away.
Right. Yeah. So I guess like that's the metaphor of it. Like you have to be a mosquito. So but the woman, she like went into the water in the river to eat the nectar.
She still got fucking
and she still got fucking
look, I'm safe. Smack.
So, yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Then the last part was the Soichi spreading rumors about himself to become more popular.
Right. That was so dumb.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb. kind of an anticlimactic ending too.
Yeah. But you also see that creepy supermodel again too.
Oh yeah, she's the recurring character.
Yeah.
She could have been the waifu if we needed a backup.
I like Tomie better.
Yeah, Tomie is the undying Tomie could. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't really have much to say about rumors because it's
that's the episode
itself,
name. Yeah,
really. Yeah.
It's just Soichi being a little shit again.
Yeah, pretty much.
A lovable little shit that we all want to strangle, like that Scarecrow. So let's move on to Tomie Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
This was Monica Rial voices Tomie, which I thought was fucking hilarious.
In the dub, yeah.
I'm Tomie.
I was not.
I can't do that voice.
I didn't really care for Monica Rial playing as Tomie.
Yeah, it's a little. She's a great side character. I think she should always be a side character, but if she's the main character, it's like too much.
I feel like they could have gotten somebody else to.
Yeah, I'm not good with
at least English dub
names.
to voice Tomie. I mean, I don't know who. Maybe Caitlin Glass. I feel
Sure,
like
why not?
that would be interesting, or even maybe Laura Bailey. I don't know. But yeah, so the first one is about Tomie. She comes to class, like it's her be in class, and it's revealed that she died, but then all of a sudden, she comes back to class, and the whole entire class is all like, "How is she still alive? She's supposed to be dead." Blah blah blah, and the events, like throughout the events, Tomie becomes like a little seductive, and again, like, well, she's a femme fatale, so she tries to seduce the teacher and everything. So it really shows that Tomie really isn't like this innocent person, and the whole class kind of like realizes that she's a little odd, I guess. So
yeah, she's supposed to be dead.
Right. And then throughout the story, like you kind of realize that they actually went on a field trip, and they like, I don't know, it was, you may be able to explain it a little bit better than I can. I think she falls and she dies, and then all of a sudden the class, like the teacher and all the boys, just start chopping her up into little pieces.
No, they think she dies, but she wakes up when they start sawing her, and then she's
that's
like,
right.
"Ow, it hurts!" And they're like, "Fuck it, we're already this far. Let's kill her."
Yeah. Like it's like Harold and Kumar when they forgot their wallet. They turn back. We've gone too far. Like,
or no, I think they forgot their phone. Whatever it was, but yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I like the idea that she's like this undying evil, pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
Because each classmate was given one part of her body to like scatter.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they didn't want anyone to find out.
And then in episode 2, you're introduced to this main character who's in the hospital. She's sick with something, and Tomie visits her, and she's like, "Oh shit, I thought you were supposed to be." Or no, I don't know if she knows it's Tomie, but she knows.
Episode the second part is like, so at the end of the first episode, you can see Tomie kind of growing again. At least one of the pieces of Tomie, and the beginning of the second episode is the main character. They're on a beach and stuff, and the main character, who's supposed to be going out with the person who's trying to get a kidney donor.
Oh yeah, transplant. Yep.
Yeah, they kind of like.
She gets the best transplant ever at the end.
The main character, the male main character, he pretty much becomes obsessed with Tomie because of her beauty and stuff. And
oh yeah, that's her power. She gets the teacher obsessed with her in episode 1.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much what she does. I mean, she did the same thing in the painting episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
The sculptist and the painter was so obsessed with her beauty that none of their artworks was just to their like they weren't satisfied with what they made because they couldn't capture the beauty that was Tomie. So, but with the second episode, Tomie goes to the girl's hospital room and everything. I guess she was trying to tell her that she was going to be the kidney donor for her, but she like got freaked out by her, and because I guess she found out that she was the one who was like colluding with her boyfriend and stuff,
too.
And canoodling. So, and again, this is like when Tomie kind of gets the male character to become obsessed with her, and he was so obsessed with her that he just had the sudden urge to kill her. And
that's true love right there.
Sure. True love. So, and he pretty much cut her up into little pieces again, and at the morgue to, since she was like a possible donor, because the doctor was all like, the doctor asked the father like, hey, is it okay if I use your daughter's body for her organs and stuff? And the dad was all like, yeah, sure, go ahead, I don't give a shit. And then that's when, you know, they gave the girl the kidney, but the thing was, the surgery was a success, but during her recovery process, she wasn't eating. But then there's a picture where it pans to her and lying in bed, and it looks like she's pregnant. And so they went to the operating, the OR, and they opened her up. And all of a sudden, Tomie's head just pops up and says, "Hello, I'm Tomie." And then that's how the episode ends.
It's like Alien. She just bursts it from her from her abdomen. Yeah, so it's just kind of like OVAs for the series.
Right. I mean, it's
an
okay
They were the
series.
same level as the rest of it. Yeah, it's okay. It's just read the manga for all of it.
Yeah, I mean,
if you really want something to watch, it's fine. But you know,
I'm excited for Uzumaki because it is a different.
That's going to be good. That's going to who's doing that one?
Studio Drive is doing that.
What else have they done?
They did. They're doing. What did they do? They did Vlad Love. They're actually a pretty new studio. They didn't do a lot. So, they're doing season 2 of To Your Eternal.
Oh, To Your Eternity?
To Your Eternity, yeah. And they're gonna do.
Oh, is that Konosuba? Is that a new?
There's a new TV show.
Oh shit! They're
Konosuba.
Doing. It looks like Studio Drive is just taking all of Dean's anime because Dean did Konosuba too. So this is a new-ish studio. Okay. I'm sure there's various talent from other studios that formed into this one, but yeah.
Yeah. I actually so there is an OVA for Gyo, which came out in 2012. And Ufotable actually did that one. So,
I think that was kind of infamous.
I mean,
it's like kind of crappy, but like a fun watch.
Probably. I mean, I never really read Gyo to begin with, so I don't know how it is, but I'm actually kind of curious on how that one looks compared to.
You know it's good when it has a 5.
Oh no. But there's actually going to be more. Studio Dean is doing more Junji Ito collections, and that one's actually going to be on Netflix.
All right, maybe they'll do Amigama. Not going to work here anymore. Fault.
Anyway,
So how do we rank the anime? I guess how would we rank this in terms of like anime to watch on Halloween or when you're looking for something scary or weird?
I guess if you like, if you're curious about Junji Ito and you don't really want to read manga, I guess watch this.
Yeah, it's like a substitute kind of.
Yeah, like if you really don't want to go out and search for any, it is a poor substitute. I mean, if you don't want to search for any Junji Ito manga, but although like if you do go to Barnes and Noble, they have them. So, I guess watch it. I am a little disappointed that they didn't do like the mountain with the human holes. Like, I really would have liked to see that one.
Yeah, the Amigama Fault.
That one is practically my favorite, aside from any Uzumaki and Tomie. So, but I guess like as a whole, I did rate this as what did I rate this? I gave it a 5.8.
Oh, you're on Annie list.
I am on Annie list.
5.8. Okay, interesting. Why not a 5.7, Danny? I'm just kidding.
I mean, like,
it feels like a 5.8.
It does feel like a 5.8.
I gave it a Nick 4 out of 10.
4.
So
yeah.
Oh, I'll give it 4. Let's see, 4 decades of dreaming out of 10.
4 decades of dreaming. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I would probably like for sure just read Ito's work. It's great.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable. It will make you feel uncomfortable. It will definitely make you feel uncomfortable things. Probably would not advise to read any of his stuff at night. Probably
the page turn will get you. When you get to those freaky pages, you're flipping it, it's like, oh, yeah, that'll get you.
So,
but yeah, like as far as a different, what are the recommendations on Mal for this? Uzumaki, I think is going to be good. I'm going to bet that's going to be a good one.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. On Annie list, the recommendations is Theater of Darkness, Yami Shibai.
Yeah, this one I keep hearing about. And this one has a 7.01. Yeah.
Miruko-chan is also a recommendation.
Ghost Stories.
Gyo is also a recommendation.
Yeah, Boogie Pop Phantom. It does remind me a little bit of that.
Blue literature series. Never heard of that one. Kino's Journey. Okay.
Okay. It's not so much horror, but
I don't know why it's there.
I would say Angel's Egg is a better version.
It's not that pretty though.
No,
I feel like
Angel's Egg is pretty. That's why I recommend it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like
it's
Angel's
Studio
Egg
Dean.
is more prettier.
Yeah, Studio Dean, back when they knew how to animate. Well, they've been. That was a movie, which is not really a fair comparison.
Right.
But.
Yeah. So.
I recommend Uzumaki, which is coming out.
It's not even out yet. Jeez.
The trailer looks great. And that came out a while ago, but it's like animated on 1s or 2s or something. Like it looks smooth.
Well, hopefully it is. We'll see what happens, and we won't know until.
Oh, you know what? I recommend JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh God.
That's my official recommendation.
Okay.
It's like Junji Ito if he were funny. Pretty much.
Oh boy. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, so this was kind of meh. It was a meh show for both of us.
It was a good experience. It got me more interested in Junji Ito at the very least.
It definitely kind of makes me want to actually find these stories and actually read them and see what they actually look like on paper versus animated and stuff. So I am probably gonna go on Amazon and look for all these.
You gotta get a tattoo. Oh, somebody in our Discord posted the most badass. I think it was Shin posted the most badass tattoo of the baseball Titan. You know, in Attack on Titan when they're throwing. Oh God, it's like the Titan that looks like an ape.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about? Well,
yeah.
How far have you got in Attack on Titan? Have you seen it all?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Anyway, there's a part where one of them.
Ape Titan.
Yeah, the Ape Titan. It throws like rocks at him. There's somebody got a tattoo of it about to like throw a rock, and I was like, oh, that's badass. But yeah, you got to get one. You got to get a Junji Ito tattoo.
I actually do want a Junji Ito tattoo.
Don't get one that's too gross, but yeah, that's just hard to do. But
It's either kind of gonna be one from Tomie or Uzumaki.
oh no, do the Amigara fault.
Oh God, no.
Do it, Danny.
No.
The enigma of Amigara fault. Get
No,
your own hole.
How about you get your own hole?
Oh my God! What if you got it painted on yourself and then you just like warped into yourself and like got stuck in your own hole? Think about it.
Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the Nick and Dannie show. Sometimes we're great and sometimes it's a flop. So, but yeah, again, happy Halloween, everyone. Please stay safe and everything. And next week, we are going to be, I think we're going to be doing our fall first impression. So get ready for that. And stay spooky, my friends. We'll see you next time. Oh, and also, I forgot, there is another cinematography episode. So
oh, shit.
Hope you all enjoyed that. That was actually really fun. I did that with Earthworm. So.
Which one is it on? Or what movie? TV?
We did John Carpenter's Halloween and A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, nice. The only thing I know about that is the Rick and Morty episode with Scary Terry.
Yeah, well, Scary Terry was inspired by Freddy Krueger, so.
Well, you've seen Rick and Morty, right, Danny? At least some of it?
I've clips of it, so.
All right. That's still more than some.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not my favorite. But yeah, check that out, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. And